The animals, the trap, till the cage is full. The cage is full, the day is new, and everyone is waiting on you, and you've got.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Felix Toys and Comics Review, Season 1. This episode is going to be on X-Men's Gambit, or also known as Remy LeBeau. Gambit was created by Claremont and drawn by Jim Lee. This Gambit is part of the Marvel Legends series 2019 Caliban wave. This wave includes 7 figurines. Once you collect all 7 figurines, then you'll be able to build Caliban. Okay. Moving along, let's get to it. Gambit. This Gambit does not have a Build-A-Figure. I know. But he does have his bow staff. Boing. And a translucent pink throwing card. And an alternate hand that has 3 alternate throwing cards. Yay. He comes in a black and yellow box. Marvel Legends series in the front, X-Men on the front. Gambit drawn on both sides and also drawn on the back with the little brief story of Gambit. Aww. And all other 7 figurines on the back that show you how to build Caliban. Category 1, size. Now this Gambit is huge.
That's what she said.
Now I know he's supposed to be 6 feet 1 inches in the comic books, but as a 1:12 scale and as a Marvel Legend figurine, he's supposed to be at 6.08 inches. Now after taking the time measuring him, it looks like he's at 6.5 with the hair, meaning that he's at 6 feet 6 inches, which is way bigger than he is supposed to be, making it not accurate. Now his proportion wise was not that great. As you can see, his head looks bigger than his body. I think it's the length on the left hand side you can actually see, but yeah, I think what made it more difficult was knowing where the skull ended. Because of the hair, you can't even tell. It looks like he has a bigger head than he does. But the thing got to me was the spacing between the eyes. If you look, it looks like they're far apart, making it look like he has fish eyes. Very deep gap between the eyes, making it look like he has a big chin as well. Yep. But the torso looks too long. I think they concentrated so much on the abs that they ran out of space, so they give him a longer torso, and because of that they give him smaller legs. Look at that, thin small legs. And also the calves, I know it has calf swivels, but if you turn it this way, there's no muscle on the right, just on the inside. And his feet, well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with his feet. They're right, they're perfectly proportioned for his height. So his feet are the only thing that look good. His size was not accurate, and also his head, his eyes, that was a big thing for me. So, I mean, I'm sorry, Hasbro, I have to grade this, and I have to give it a 3. Category 2, articulation. Head hinge down, up. Other side, hinge down, up. Right side. Left side. I don't know about you guys, but my Gambit came with the loose head. All right, butterfly shoulders, swivel up and down, swivel, bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, all right, single jointed, not double jointed, which makes it harder to bend all the way, and pose. Yep. All right, let's go to hands. Swivel hand up and down, swivel hand and up and down. The alternate hand does swivel, but it does not go up and down. I know. Ab crunch and back, wait, back. Do it again. Ab crunch forward and Oh, that's it. Uh-oh. No bueno. Barrier there. Waist swivel. Hip. And hips out. As far. Forward. And back. Thigh swivel. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Heel to butt. Double jointed knees. Heel to butt. Calf swivel. And rocket foot and pivot. And with the 3 flaws that I found in the articulation, I have to give this a 4. Category 3, texture. I am loving Gambit's hair. I like how it has the action look to it. It's perfect when you're doing photography on posing him. But there is a preference. I know other people rather just have no action look to it, so they could just display the figure. But I mean, I like it. I love it. The other thing I want to point out is the hair. Look at that. The detail on it, and also how they blend in the black with the brown. Looks like it has black roots. I mean, it's perfect. The other thing also was the eyes, the black, the red, and the little black pupil on it. It looks fine from far away, but when you look up really close, you can see how it's smeared. It's really running. I mean, the other thing actually makes up for it is the stubble on the face. You can see it on the chin right there and on the mustache. You can't really see it far, but I mean, I love how it's so discreet. Unless you like look up really close, like, yeah, it's perfect. I like it. And the only bad thing also I noticed was the running of the paint on the mask right there. And then I noticed a fingerprint right there on the right side. I never touched that side of the face. And then you can see a couple of the black ink running on the skin there. I mean, you really have to look up close to actually notice all that. It still can be overlooked, not a problem. But the main thing I loved about this was the metallic pinkish blue armor look, just like the comic books. It pops. It's awesome. I noticed the little figures or the patterns on the blue armor. It's kind of like the comic books, but then again, it doesn't. So there's not real pattern to it. But look at that. Pops. Love it. The hands, I love how they did the thumb, the index finger, and the 5th digit, how they exposed them, but it looks like they got sloppy. There's a little black ink running on the hands there and there. Also on the right hand, there. And on the alternate hand, I'm not sure it's supposed to be part of the action look to it, but it looks like the paint really got runny on that one. Oh, right there on the fingers. And also on the coat looks awesome. Both arms actually are shiny compared to the coat, which is flat. They could have kept it simple and exactly the same. But I love the flexibility on the coat. The texture is awesome. You're able to actually pose the character the way you want. You're able to move them. I mean, just a barrier that you can't really bend them back. But Marvel Legends have been doing this jacket, plastic one, with the Spider-Man or the multiple man from the Apocalypse wave. I mean, I love it. It looks awesome. There's other people that prefer the cloth version of the Gambit, but why would you put cloth on a sculpture? That's like putting a cardigan on David's sculpture. I mean, why would you? I mean, unless it's really cold, right? And also the inner pegs, they're pink to match the outer portion of the color, but it doesn't match the inner portion. As you can see, it's black. It should be black. And then the stripes on the side don't really match the armor, as you can see. Different pinkish color. Also, you can see the hip right there with the thigh. It's different color, different pinkish. So right there. And I also noticed the belt, different color compared to the armor. The decal on the boots, it looks awesome. And also the abs. I mean, they did detailed on the abs. It looks freaking awesome. Side abs right there. Guy does not eat any carbs. And then muscle tone, the boot decal. I mean, that's the thing. That's one of my favorite ones, other than the coat. The knee. There you go. And then we'll go to the coat. Look at those lines. It looks like leather. Love it. Prefer this plastic jacket too. And coat. Yeah, the other one just looks like a bathrobe. So pretty much this Gambit. I mean, I love the texture. I love the paint job. I giving the texture a 5. Category number 4, Similarity. Comic book Gambit. He made his actual cameo appearance in X-Men Annual number 14. He made his full appearance and cover appearance in the X-Men number 266. Now, if you're a type of person that doesn't read comic books and relies on movies, you might remember this Gambit from the Fox film X-Men Wolverine Origins, which is one of the worst interpretations of Gambit. Fox knew this. Fox tried to make it up to us by giving us a Gambit film starring Tatum. However, Marvel bought Fox and Marvel told them, not to die. They told them, you're not going to release this film. You're not going to put it in pre-production. We're going to make our own film. They hired this British actor by the name of Michael Toden to play Gambit. It's in pre-production. Rumor is it's supposed to come out in 2022, 2023. What I'm wondering is this a way they're going to try to introduce the mutants or the X-Men into Phase 5? I mean, it could be. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you would have liked to see Tatum play Gambit, or who would you prefer to play Gambit? So moving along, you might remember Gambit also from the cartoons of the 1990s from the X-Men. Na 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 na. Dun, dun. So anyways, that cartoon version looks almost identical to the comic book, but the figurine looks exactly the same like the comic book, Jim Lee's version of Gambit. Everything from the trench coat, from the color on it, from the texture, the armor, everything looks identical. I love how they did the similarity. This is a perfect Gambit the way it looks. So Hasbro, you guys nailed it. I'm giving you guys a 5. Category number 5, accessories. This Gambit did not come with a Build-A-Figure piece. Aww. I know, right? You would think that Hasbro would shower us with more accessories, being the fact that it didn't come with the piece. But Hasbro did provide us something. They gave us Gambit's bow staff, a translucent pink throwing card, and an alternate hand that has 3 playing cards. Yay. But that sucker right there, all flabby. Anyway, so the bow staff looks awesome. I like how they did the extension ridges on it. It gives a more realistic look to it instead of like a regular stick. Now that transparent pink card thing, I can't even tell it's a playing card. All they had to do was actually draw the ace card on there and it will look like it. Marvel Select did it on theirs and theirs looks awesome. This also goes for the alternate hand. I'm sorry, it does not look like a playing card. If there's a lot of time spent on the texture and on the color, they could have done it on just drawing the playing cards. They could have done that. Also, the accessories. It doesn't have a piece. Provide us a second additional head on it. Or maybe a more alternate hand so it could hold the bow staff with 2 hands. Or look like it could throw more cards by having 2 extended hands. I'm just saying with the lack of accessories and not having built a piece, I'm sorry. I'm giving accessories a 4. And that's the last category. Now to see how Gambit did on his test. And no cheating there, buddy. So we went based on category 1, the size. He was too big. His body proportion was pretty bad. What actually got to me was the gap between his eyes. It gave him a fish look. When we go to category 2, it was articulation. He had a loose head. It was hard to bend him all the way back because of the trench coat. But the thing that got to me was the single jointed elbows that made it difficult to pose the figurine. Now what saved this figure was category 3, the texture. The paint job on this is awesome. The metallic look on the armor, the shine to it, awesome. The deco, the detail on the trench coat that makes it look like a real leather jacket. Great job, Hasbro. The other thing was the similarity. I love the fact that they went based on Jim Lee's version of Gambit. It looks like they just pulled them straight out from the comic book. I love that part. I love the similarity. It did awesome. Now the accessories portion, I didn't like the fact that it was part of the wave and I didn't have that many accessories, like the lack of the alternate head or hands. They could have done that. They could have added that more. I mean, I'm paying for this. I want a little bit more, guys. So overall, the grade from this figurine is a B-. Don't get me wrong. Awesome figurine. I love posting this figure. I love Gambit. I'm going to add him to my X-Men. So we're going to celebrate. So I bought something specially for Gambit. I bought him a piñata. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave any comments, like, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram And for next episode, it's going to be on Beast. So stay tuned, and like always, don't stop collecting, guys.